Now, I've highlighted a few things that are going to bring me the most benefit in the years going forward. And here they are. I'm going to start off with Prudence. I've just seen figures of credit card debt in my home country, the UK, and it's reached astronomical proportions there. I feel really sad for people that have credit card debt. The interest rates are virtually zero in the Bank of England. But the problem is the people who most need the money, they can't borrow it at 0%. They end up borrowing it from credit cards or even worse, loan shark. People are about to lose their jobs. Then we're going to see some real hard times for families, not just in the UK, everywhere, where there is household debt. But I would implore everyone who's a business person, doesn't matter how rosy you see the future, if you can get rid of your debts, I think now is the time to do that. Another thing you can do is look through your expenditures. Are you spending too much on anything? I'm doing this to my own business at the moment. I'm changing my host. It's going to save me $1,000 a year. And if you look around, with the technology has increased, you may find that you're paying over the odds for some of these online services. And there's so many other ways to save money. You just look through your bank statements and say, is that helping me? So if you see you're paying Netflix a lot of money, what are you using Netflix for? It's not to educate yourself in order to become a better human being. I've made my own business leaner, meaner, fitter, hopefully, so that the money I do make, more of it's going to end up in my pocket. I would urge you to do that both in your business and in your personal life. Okay, so the next is diversification. And this is very important in investing in online business or in any sort of commerce you are involved in. Diversify, diversify, diversify. And it's very obvious how you should do this. If you're investing, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And if you're earning money online, you don't earn money from just one source. And especially if you're relying on Facebook, Amazon or Google, they can change something in their algorithm, or they could kick you off their platform and you wouldn't be able to do anything about it, and you'll lose all your income overnight. To earn passive income from a variety of sources and to earn active income from a variety of sources as well. So for freelance work you're doing, make sure it's not just one client, make sure you're not just on one freelance website. Diversify. So across the board, investment, online working, offline working, business, everything you do, make sure you're diversified and not all your financial eggs are in one basket. Now, if all you've got is a house and that's your only investment, I know a lot of people don't have a choice in all of this, but I'm just saying, in a perfect world, we all need to diversify. The third thing I think is going to be very important going forward into the next decade is independence. Financial independence, but a location independence is going to be huge. I've been location independent for 6 years, and that is definitely one of the best decisions I've ever made. You can go to a part of the world where you like the lifestyle, you can live easily, you can live legally, you've got a visa, you pay taxes, and you can work and therefore earn money. So if you're working online, for instance, or you're getting money from another source, and then life will be a lot easier. But be mobile. What happens if the country you are in suddenly changes its visa requirements and you have to leave? Or there's political upheavals, there may be conflicts in any other part of the world, you don't know. It does pay to be independent. Another reason that location independence is so useful is currency movements. If the place where you're earning a currency suddenly crashes and you're living in a place that has a strong currency, then you need to swap that around. You need to earn money in a place that has a strong currency and live in a place that has a weak currency. So the fourth characteristic that I think is going to help us through the coming years is creativity. So we've seen how technological improvements in AI, 5G, automation and robotics are going to lose everyone their jobs. So I believe that in order to keep relevant in tomorrow's world, you need to be creative. Because if you can learn to code, It may be that machines will be coding in future. If you can learn to write, it may be that machines are writing in future. I'm not saying don't acquire any skill that you want to acquire if you're interested in acquiring a skill. I am saying that the ability to think outside the box is going to help you more in the future than it ever has done in the past. But if you stay creative, you stay interested in new ideas, then you're likely to be more relevant in the coming years. And lastly, I could go on all day about this. There are lots of things we need to do to improve ourselves. And my last one is a bit difficult for me to explain because I'm not even sure why I think this is so important, and yet I do. It's more of a hunch than something I can give you for any particular reason. But I always think to myself, what do I need to do? How do I need to confront the problems that are coming? I think humility is very important, and I'm not entirely sure why. If you look at the recent election in the United States, and I know a few Americans here, I'm living in Chiang Mai in Thailand, and there's a fairly sizable Western community here, and there's a lot of people from all over the world, including Thailand here. And some people are talking about the election and some people are getting upset. Humility is very important to keep your own happiness, really. I think people who have very strong beliefs and identify with certain political movements very strongly, they are more likely to be unhappy. And I also think their judgment is more likely to be curtailed due to their attachment to political ideas and values, and their identification with those political ideas and values. And it doesn't have to be political, it can be other values as well. I think pragmatism is going to be very useful. Humility in the face of these huge, great problems. We don't know the answers. We're only human. I'm only one human being of very limited intelligence and very limited education. I don't know all the answers in 2020 or 2021. I mean, it's ridiculous to say that I would know them. But I just have a feeling that humility in the face of it is going to help you. It's going to stop you getting into arguments. It's going to allow you to take a step back and think seriously about what it is you can improve upon in order to protect yourself and grow and thrive in the years to come. I hope you've enjoyed this video. My name's Rob Cubban.